Ah, Skyrim. Skyrim's probably one of my all-time favorite games, and, well, how about we just talk about the fun places where it would be to live in this game? Now, originally, back in 2020, I actually did a video about where I would live in Skyrim, and, well, I want to remake that video. Now, originally, this video was influenced by Brain Into the Past's top 5 places he would live in Pokemon, and I wanted to give my own spin on that one. I still do, so I want to credit the person who influenced this one. While he's not on YouTube anymore, I do want to give a personal thank you for him, because without him being on YouTube, none of these videos would be up on YouTube either, so I want to thank him for that. Anyways, time for the video. At number 5, we of course have Riverwood. I really adored Riverwood. It's actually like the second place that is centered in the game, including Helgen. But once you escape from Dragon, you get to go to Riverwood. I think it's a really peaceful settlement. While it's a bit of a small one, I do think that there's really interesting people here, and the local wildlife is really fun too. Sure, it's also surrounded by a really spooky dungeon, but I think for the most part, it's still been fun to really get to go through and really get to make all sorts of memories there. I found it a really peaceful place. There's not really much trouble in Riverwood, and I think that's what makes it a fun place to be in. Next up is of course Fort Dawnguard. Now, I love Fort Dawnguard and I love the Vampire quest line. Well, the Dawnguard quest line. Now, living in a fort might not be like the most fun thing to do, but I mean, you get a bunch of people to talk to and they like killing vampires, and going out and hunting vampires is pretty fun. Not to mention, you also get surrounded too. Personally, I think living in Fort Dawnguard is probably one of the more fun places to live in. Because, I mean, again, as I said earlier, with, the people who live there, it's also a giant fort, and again, it's a fort. I really like it. Enough said. At number 3, we of course have Right Run. Now, this would be a very fun place to live in, and quite interesting too. And honestly, yeah, I do like Right Run. It's a really peaceful settlement. There's loads of friendly people, and the local wildlife outside of the city and scenery in the city are pretty cool too. Right Run is probably one of the most relaxing places in the game, and generally has been pretty fun to get to navigate through and really just kind of chill out. It has a very welcoming vibe in it, and it's probably one of the safest places to live in Skyrim, and its government doesn't suck. For the most part, unless you join the Stormcloaks. Next up is, of course, Falkreath. No, my bad, Morthal. Morthal is number 2 on my list. Now, some people might be looking at the screens and wondering, okay, why does she want to live in Morthal? Well, let me answer your question. I like Morthal. It's kind of creepy, it's gloomy, and I like the people in Morthal. Morthal just feels like a really welcoming place, even though it doesn't really look like one. It's a bit of a gloomy place too, which is something I do like about it. Not to mention, Hjalmarch does have a bunch of really wonderful places to visit, like old dungeons and such. Also, the Labyrinthian. It's a really mysterious place to live in, and it feels like there's something special with Morthal that not many other places really have. Then, of course, and my number 1 pick, which is probably obvious if you know me, Falkreath. Falkreath is my favorite place in Skyrim and the place I would live. A lot of people write it off as it is a gloomy place, but I personally love it for that. Falkreath is meant to be sad. It's meant to be dark and gloomy because it has a history of that, and it does show that not every place in Tamriel is going to be happy. Everyone in Falkreath, for the most part, is welcoming, aside from this one guy in the general shop. But for the most part, Falkreath has been a pretty interesting place. a lot of my favorite quests are set in Falkreath, and I got to like a lot of the NPCs too. Over the years I've gone to play Skyrim, it's felt like a second home for me, and Falkreath still remains to be my favorite place in Skyrim. It's where I have my home in the game, and it's a place I regularly visit in the game. It just truly feels like such a special and amazing place, and for that, I want to say it would be the number one place that I would live in Skyrim. And of course, these were the top 5 places I would live in Skyrim. Now, I was working on a second video, and I actually think I had a few places picked out for what I wanted to have in there. I'd have to find it real quick. Yeah, I found it. I only have like 2 places, but I actually have like another place too. But I eventually do plan to have that video up. But until then, thank you for watching. This was a super fun video to make, and I appreciate everyone who stuck around till this moment. Thank you all, and until next time, see ya.